In this video, we're going to find out which America is stronger, South America where Brazil is, or North America where the United States is. So what's your opinion? Share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and hit the like button. Now, let's get to the video. How are we going to make this division between Brazil and the United States? First of all, we're going to have to draw a division, and that's why I'm ignoring Central America, right? Look, I'm going to have to draw here, see, so they can't attack each other for now. So, I made this line here, and let me remove all the eras we don't want. Let's just put the Age of Darkness and the Age of Hope, right? Let's leave it in the Age of Hope for now. And then it will keep alternating between night and day, okay? Let's start here too. And that's how we're gonna make the video, alright? Let's put the humans here in Brazil first. Let's pause, right? So there's no advantage. And I'm gonna put, or at least try to put everyone together at once so they become a single society. Just one kingdom, right? Oh, Rio Grande do Sul. Yeah, but eventually they'll start expanding to other civilizations too, but that's not a problem. For now, it's not a problem. And let's put the humans here in the United States. So let's put them here. Alright, Tartar. And Brazil in the United States, that doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't make any sense at all. But alright, let's leave them hanging out here. And then, once they manage to settle, for example, there will be just one kingdom here. Then I'll switch to Brazil. And when a kingdom is established here too, I'll put United States, deal? So let's let them evolve for a while and we'll come back soon. We're back, and as you can see, just look at the number of humans in each America. They're practically almost the same, right? Unlike there, only 30 humans difference. And let's take a look at Brazil to see how it's doing here. And just so you know in advance, I'm using a mod. So these are the 3 mods I'm using here, okay? And if you want to learn how to download mods, a card will pop up here at the top. Just click it and I'll teach you how to download mods on your PC, okay? Unfortunately, you can't download it on mobile. That said, take a look at how their civilization is doing in Brazil. I'm impressed because it's the first time I'm seeing this mod, okay? And already, firsthand here, I can already see that there's cavalry. And I'm even going to pause here just to check out the cavalry. I saw him passing by here. Where is he? I'm going to have to... No, I'm going to have to pause again so I can see them walking here with the cavalry. I'm going to put it at the slowest speed possible. Look, there it is. Look. He passed by there. And look, I just found one here. Look, that has the cavalry. Look at him here. Look, Isalinda, look. So Brazil has cavalry too. The Brazilian army has cavalry. Now these weapons here are glitched. Look, there's adamantine, raven spear. They're using adamantine on some of these glitched weapons. And some of them have wooden rifles here. Look, legendary. And they even do a decent amount of damage. They're doing 13 damage. 320 health. Okay, even these guys here are pretty good, right? There are some that only have adamantine, which isn't bad either, okay? But most of them here are all upgraded with weapons and everything. Look, this one has a rifle too. Awesome. Look here, a cannon? That's great, man. I hadn't seen this cannon before, okay? I think it's one of the things that are... The cannons here are bugged and fixed to the ground, which is why they weren't visible. This character has an unusual weapon called a West rifle. It's bugged but cool. This guy deals 22 damage with 320 health. I think Brazil has a great chance of winning. Look, everyone has a rifle. Check out this big cannon here. Where is it? You can't see it, look, but there's a cannon here too. Look, there are 2 more cavalry units here. That's awesome, the ships haven't changed, and what's this guy got here? He's surrounded by a pink thing. I think it's a plant, right? I'm spacing out too. Alright, look, there are more here, see? All with rifles. Wow, there's a guy here who's huge. Awesome. Alright, so this is the Brazilian army. They're well equipped, okay? I enjoyed seeing their impressive equipment, especially the cursed weapon. That was really cool. Now let's examine how the United States compares. The American army appears to be wearing armor that looks like mithril. Brazil has a great opportunity to win. Despite their health disadvantage, Brazil has the edge with adamantine armor, while their opponents only have mithril. This gives Brazil a significant advantage. Okay, Brazil has a significant advantage with their mithril armor, although they have rifles too. Despite the armor, their health is still 320, just like the humans, and they deal slightly less damage. It remains to be seen which side will win. One of them also has a glitched rifle, and they all seem to have 320 health. Now that I'm noticing, let me check a peasant. Wow, they all have 300 health, so it's actually set. No, it's not. So, I take back what I said. It has nothing to do with it. There are humans here with 120 health and others with 320. I believe it's the humans who are part of the army that have all that health, okay? Let's just check. Let me see one that has a weapon here. This guy doesn't have a weapon. Okay, I need to find one that has a weapon. Let me see where the army of Look, the United States Army is here. This guy has 520. I think those in the army here have slightly higher health, but I can't explain why. As for this here, about constructions, like I already told you guys, I'm using the mod and basically it's the first time I'm seeing it. So, man, I really liked it, okay? It's got a more modern vibe, a kind of rustic, you know? It's really cool. There are some paintings here that even look like those from Minecraft, right? For sure. There are some things here that I don't know what they are. Look, you can't click on them, so I don't know what they are. It could be a stone, a rock maybe. I don't know. Alright, let's take a look further up. Is this guy the king? Oh no. It looked like he was the king, but he's not. No, it has nothing to do with it. He's not the king? No. Here in Greenland, the guys managed to... Wow, they made a really cool village here. I wonder if we're going to get all the way to Greenland. I don't know. Let's see, right? Alright, we've already checked out both Americas. Now it's the moment of truth. Let's remove the mountain. I'm going to remove it with water. Wait, let me make this smaller so I don't mess it up. I'll go around to avoid taking anyone else's land. I think I removed it. I'll get rid of the remaining edges. That's good. We can start here now, okay? And there will already be fights over boats here, I believe. But I'll do the following. Let's put it here on sonic speed. Look, let's put it on sonic speed so we can see this thing happening a little faster, okay? Let's see if they attack each other. Sometimes they don't, but there are already boats. Look, there are Brazilian boats here already. This is from Brazil, see? Pitangueiras calls the kingdom. Hey, cool, this looks interesting, okay? So that means there are already humans here in North America, right? I don't know if I should put it on X2 to see this thing happening a little slower, or if I should let it stay fast. I'll alternate while the war is happening, okay? Otherwise, there's no way to control it. I don't think they're going to attack each other for now, but there are ships patrolling here. Look, the red ships are from the United States and the yellow ones are from Brazil, see? There's one here going over there patrolling. Okay, so let's do this. Let's declare war here because I want to see things really happen, huh? So let's go to the kingdom. Let's pick rumors of war and Brazil is going to attack the United States. That's right, my friend. It's Brazil that's going to attack. Let's see if they can do it. Look, they're already gathering all the troops. Look, the troops are all here already. I think they're all going by boat, man. That's awesome. They're going by boat. Hey, cool, huh? Let's see what's going to happen here, man. Look, they're already gathering here by boat too. See? They're all getting on the boats. Why? I don't get it. Hold on. Look, there's a fight happening here. Look. Wait, it's all too fast. So let's pause so we can see the fight happening here. Look, there are already Brazilians. Oh, this is a mortar. It's like a mortar. Man, look at how this thing fires. It's firing among the Brazilians here. The Brazilians have 1,300 while... Oh, the United States has 1,200. So there really is a war going on here, man. It's just that I can't see it. Ah, where are the Brazilians? Are these ones from Brazil? These are from Brazil. We'll follow them here. The Brazilians have arrived with cavalry and everything. Look at the cavalry coming in. Just look at that. Big Brazil here, the Brazilian army. They really came in strong. They're knocking everything down here. Wow, the United States is... Man, they are melting here. The American army is melting. Yeah, the Brazilians really came to crush it. Look, there's a fight happening here. This one is from the United States. Look, a war between the United States and Brazil happening right in front of you. This guy here has... Man, what is this? He's got a really legendary weapon here. Look, flame tower. He's not doing much damage. I think Brazil is going to win this one, okay? Look, there's a Brazilian. Let's follow him. He got wrecked, huh? Whoa, the United States is managing to defend. Your country. But they're at 77. There's another fight here. Look. Oh, there's a Brazilian here. Wow, there's a lot going on. This one here, look, is the Brazilian army. Look. It's in yellow. That's right. He's got a rifle. He's almost dying. I think these guys here are gonna get wrecked, okay? I'm not sure if this will work out well. The Brazilians have already arrived and mortar is being used for... Look, this one must be the king. Not the king, right? The clan chief here from the army, I believe. He's running away. He's actually alone, right? Oh, this one is one of the chiefs here. Top. Let's see how he's going to do here. Look, he's already killed one. He's going after them, huh? He's going after them. Let's follow him to see. Look, he's already killed two. He's not shooting just anyone, no. Man, he's only shooting people from the army. Is this one from Brazil too? He's from Brazil too, with an awesome weapon. Where is he located? This woman guards the tradition of exploration. What an impressive weapon. These two will cause destruction. Let's see what unfolds. The United States is recovering, which we must prevent. This is already part of the United States. I'm unsure about Brazil's situation. Is their entire army present? Brazil is getting beaten up. We need to stay alert here too. I believe that... I don't know, man. Brazil is going down. Look, Brazil sent more troops here. They're trying to attack from above. Maybe it's a bit of a risky strategy. Why? As they attack here, no one defends Brazil, resulting in the current situation. The United States has already begun taking over, having acquired a part of Brazil. Brazil's strategy was not very effective in this case. It definitely wasn't. Look, the mortar is going to get him and he's done for. Look, for sure. Look. He's gonna try to fight against the mortar that shoots, I don't know, how many rounds per minute. And he, unfortunately, was done for. The one who killed him was this guy here who doesn't even have a weapon. And killed from a distance. I think it was crazy, the whole thing. This guy here is armed, huh? This man is from Brazil. He doesn't... I don't know, you know. There are some here who are undercover, huh? There are Brazilians who are undercover in the United States clan. This one has already become the clan leader and maybe our salvation, but... I don't know, man. He's going into this mortar here. The mortar doesn't... he managed to take down the mortar. At least that. He was actually kind of strategic, but it's a really intense war, man. What is that? Look, there's some trouble going on around here. There's something here. Man, the fight is happening and these guys are just mining, man. That's crazy, look. The United States is already like a civilization here in Brazil. That's a little worrying, okay? Very worrying. There are Americans in Brazil, and I'm unsure about their intentions. One of them is carrying a firearm, which is concerning. Arch of Hope, my god, what's that? Okay. It's on 1, so let's put it on sonic speed so we can watch this battle a little faster. And consequently Brazil goes to F, right? Like you can already see it. Whoa, hold on. There was a twist, my friends. There was a twist. We started a little faster and Brazil already managed to take control back here. They took their base back and this is getting interesting now. Why? It's 582 to 613. In other words, it's neck and neck with the United States. So there might be a twist here and Brazil could manage to establish itself in the United States. It could happen. I don't know if it will happen, but I'm really hopeful that it does. So let's take a look. Let's go easy. Look, it's 600, 500. Man, this is interesting. It's neck and neck here. Let's go to the battle to see what's... Man, look at this. Let's see what's happening here. The fight is going wild. I'm gonna put it on 1x speed here so we can watch the fight happening. Look at what's going on here. I think there's a civil war going on. I believe... No, this one. Yeah, there's a civil war going on, man. Oh no, it's the Brazilians who are here. Okay, there's a Brazilian from Pitangueiras and he's... Bro, he's really leveled up. Demetrio as hell, man. Yeah, the Brazilians, both of them got knocked out. I don't know if this will be a good idea. The United States is back to having, yeah, they have the advantage again. Wow, man, what a turnaround. And the United States took another part of Brazil. Let's do the following. Let's set it to sonic speed and leave it up to luck with sonic speed. Every time I set it, Brazil recovers and attacks the United States. But I believe now there's no way because the United States has almost double the army of Brazil. So, unfortunately, I think it's over for the Brazilians here. I don't know if that's going to happen because the Brazilians, whether you like it or not, they're strong too. But yeah, unfortunately, the United States is taking over Brazil here. Let's even set it to double speed maybe and let's watch the United States invade and take control of Brazil. Unfortunately, as you can see, Brazil only has 180, it's down to 83. And they managed to make the Brazilians surrender, right? Because nobody actually died here. 300 people didn't just die out of nowhere. So they made Brazil surrender to the United States and now there's only a small part left here in the south. And man, it's going to be a total loss. Unfortunately, Brazil really lost badly, okay? And they gave up. Look, the United States has 1,135 inhabitants and Brazil was taken over. And that's it. The one who dominated America was the United States, just like a lot of people already predicted. It's hard to go up against the United States. Their weapons are much better and it wasn't any different here in WorldBox either. And that was the video, guys. If you liked it, leave a big like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you in the next video.